which the mayor agreed to, has not done and has canceled 6 meetings thus far. Ordinance number 2018-06, an ordinance of the town of Phillipsburg, County of Orange, State of New Jersey, amending chapter 67, vehicles and traffic, the code for the town of Phillipsburg for parking lots, where it specifically states that you cannot park in the transit lot. We passed a resolution, we've asked them to move the kiosk, and yet this entire time they were collecting fees illegally. Multiple emails, multiple requests to the mayor, all ignored, not enforced. Council has requested the Cedar Alley lot be paved. I'd ask you to Oprah that response because he thought it was funny. We've asked the mayor numerous times to carry out a lot of things that he's responsible for on the administrative side, all of which he has chosen not to. Instead, he's chosen to threaten us, send us the craziest of emails in the middle of night, and put Facebook posts that I think I need an interpreter to actually help me understand what he means. So when Councilman McVeigh says he's stressed, this is a full-time job for $3,500 and $3,000.
Not this year.
After September 24th, nothing. All he has to do is his job. It's what he was elected for. So I wrote the mayor this email, and I will make sure it's available for everyone, but I specifically said I'm going to stop hearing ordinances from you and resolutions because you're picking and choosing what you enforce. Now, put that in perspective, right? At a much grander scale. President Trump only enforces what he chooses to enforce regardless of what Congress passes. Law enforcement chooses to just enforce, pick and choose whatever they enforce regardless of what the legislature says. That's not how government works. And this is what happens when you elect someone who doesn't understand their town government. Now, I've been attending council meetings since 2005, and I didn't always agree with Mayor Wyant, but I was used to those proceedings where he sat off to the side, didn't offer comment unless he was asked. I watched Councilman Stetner, Councilman Piazza, Councilman Lynn. I watched Councilman Shelley, Democrats and Republicans alike all get along, and not a word from the mayor. Because he knew his place in the government and he did his job. Council Vice President brings up a very valid point this evening. There's a lot that needs to be fixed. It's not on the shoulders of our DPW. It's not on the shoulders of our police officers. Okay? It's on the man who's supposed to be running this town. We write the laws. We don't enforce them. That is not our job. Our job is to write the laws. And I think we do a pretty damn good job. We all get along. Every single one of us. Tonight was horrible. Regardless of how I feel about the man, I didn't want to throw him out of tonight's meeting at all. But I can't have that. I told him before, if it happened again, he would be asked to leave. It's embarrassing. People are going to read this. Mr. Novak's writing it down right now. But, and thank you, Mr. Novak, for covering the meeting. I do appreciate it. The bottom line is, we have to figure out some way to get along. And I'm not sure that he possesses the capacity to find that inside of him, because I've tried. So what I will do is read to you the very final paragraphs of the letter that I wrote to him so you understand where we're coming from and what we were met with. Mayor, I have met with you at your request on 2 separate occasions, April 20th, 2018 and June 22nd, 2018. Both times you stated that you would adhere to enforcing the resolutions and ordinances passed. The latter date, I suspect you only did so because you feared the no confidence vote from council, and once I agreed not to call for such a move, you still sent out your mass messages in a failed attempt to embarrass and/or intimidate this governing body. You have threatened this governing body and our professional services via emails and text messages multiple times and have taken part in consciously disseminating false information via the social media platform Facebook and in emails in an attempt to cause mass hysteria and/or had us investigated erroneously by making false claims. Your actions can only be construed as an attempt to obstruct town business at the legislative level by any means, and it must stop. We have a job to do, and you have a job to do. It's time to focus on the oath that you had taken on January 1st, 2016, and the promises that you made to the people of Phillipsburg. In your last newsletter, you claimed many times in bold font that you are willing to work with council. But if you read the facts that I've listed above, it's quite the opposite. I have many emails that prove we have reached out to you in an effort to work together, but you can't seem to bring yourself to the table to get this job done. We are approaching your last year as mayor of the town of Phillipsburg, and nothing would delight me more than to see you rid yourself of the paranoia and the political affiliated rhetoric and work with us to accomplish progress for the town of Phillipsburg. As I have stated many times before, if you fail, we fail. And right now, we are failing the people in this town because you refuse to carry out your sworn duty to the taxpayers of Phillipsburg. This is my final plea to you, hoping that you will finally see the light and work in conjunction with this council to move Phillipsburg forward. Again, as you saw tonight, that was met on deaf ears. So this council will move forward. And in a year's time, I am confident that we will have a mayor who is a credible leader, and we will move Phillipsburg forward. It's just unfortunate that we have to wait that time. Thank you for coming out tonight. I think that's all we have, right, Vic? We do have a resolution to provide for an executive meeting in the Town Council of Phillipsburg for the purpose of litigation.
We want to do that tonight, we can do it next time.
How long?
Discuss, could be 5 minutes or if you want a longer presentation.
Is it litigation?
Yeah.
Great.
Who's suing us now? Oh, okay.
We should probably do it.
We probably should do it while we're here. Folks, so we're going to make a motion to go into executive session. You absolutely do not have to stay. We are not going to have, no action will be taken. We will come back out and we will adjourn. Okay.
Personnel discussion, appointing them.
We passed, yeah, we passed that
under consent.
under consent, yes.
I didn't see that. Sorry.
Okay.
Motion to
So,
go into executive session?
second, roll call.
Councilman Litz?
I love Mark.
Council Vice President Control?
Yes.
Councilman McFadden?
I love Mark, yes.
And Council President?
I love Mark too, yes.